Hi, everyone. Hello, good evening. You're welcome to Let's Discuss where about practical matters that impact on our faith and life. Today, we would be talking about a very important topic. We would be talking about want your life to matter, how to simple steps on how to make impact where you are. There is that view that we all have, and I want to start from there. There's a view we all have that I want to first start off by addressing. And that view is that we always ask ourselves, does my life really matter? Am I making any impact in the world? Am I making an impact? Am I leaving any kind of legacy for the next generation? If you have asked yourself those questions, you're welcome to the right place. We'll be talking about that. Oftentimes, we're juggling between work, family, we're juggling life itself, the challenges, church responsibilities, politics, and at times it just feels like you're overwhelmed and you're not productive. You're reacting to everything. You're just trying to get through each day because the challenge you have is simply overwhelming you each day. And you might be thinking to yourself, with all this, how can I cope with all this? How can I still make impact or create legacy? Welcome. Oh, good evening, Ma. You're welcome. God bless you, Ma. Um, God bless you so much. You're welcome to Let's Discuss. So at times, some people are wondering, I don't have a big platform or a big title. How can I really perform? How can I really show that I have fulfilled things in life? How can I show that I have made a difference? Um, a lot of people don't even know who I am. And those questions will be the questions we answer. We've seen a lot of people asking those questions. And the aim of today is to answer those questions. How do you make impact where you are? And we'll be talking about a few. As usual, I would want people to contribute as well so that we can get the fullness of today's message. We're supposed to have a special guest, but I guess due to a few challenges, he's unable to make it. And I'll be leaning on us more tonight to get through this topic. It's a topic that is very dear to me, and I believe within ourselves, everybody contributing, will be able to do good justice to today's topic. Yeah, so let's start. Let's start. Many times when we're thinking about impact, we are thinking from a inside out perspective. We're thinking, how am I making impact? And most times we're not looking at it from the outside in. When we're thinking, we are always considering, how am I doing well in this? And when we are doing that, we are our own worst critics. We tend to underlook everything we've done and overlook and sort of over analyze the things we have not done. The first step towards making sure that we are balanced is understanding that no matter how much impact we are making, most times the person who will know that is not ourselves. It's going to be people talking about the impact we have made. Then on the other side, there is a way we can also measure our impact by, these are the things I have done. These are the tangible things. The challenge with that is, even if you've done tangible things, there is that perception that you've done your best and you've given all you can give. Though you've done that, the impact of that may not be as big or as mighty as you've expected it. impact is usually not based on your self-analysis, is based on what you have done, how people have received what you've done, and how people understand what you have done. That's what impact is about. I want us to tackle this topic in a way that would enable us understand that impact as well is not like a far country we need to go to. Impact is right here with us, is right in our lives. And this evening we'll be talking about that. How can we make impact where we are? You may not have $1 million. You may not have 1 million followers. How do you make impact with those that you have? You may have 1 million followers. You may have $1 million. How do you make more impact? That would be the focus of today's conversation. Like we've started, you can make an impact right where you are. You can. And how do you do that? The first thing which we have said is you decide to make an impact. You decide within yourself that, okay, I want to make an impact. How do you now go about it? And that's what we'll be unboxing together this evening. It feels a bit quiet here. Is it because we started a bit late? Apologies for that. Is it because we started a bit late and it seems there's many people have not joined in today. Yeah, but we'll start. We'll continue. To make impact, we need to understand what is true impact. What really is impact? This is where we often struggle. As I started in the beginning, we often just focus on the outside, on our inward considerations, on our inward descriptions, on our inward perception of the topic, rather than jumping to either get feedback from people around what's the impact I've made. And there's some impact you make that it will be difficult for you to measure, or it will be difficult for you to get the right answer or get anybody to tell you how much impact you have made. Impact is something that is subjective as well. I want to start with that. When we think about impact, most times our mind will just jump to things like big books, big stages. What stages have you been to? Who do you know? What connections do you have? But in God's kingdom, impact can be something very small or big. It looks very different from the way we think of it. Impact could be, let's use the story that Jesus said in the book of Matthew. He was talking to people and he said impact for him was, he said, when I was thirsty, you gave me a drink. That was impact. That was how Jesus defined impact, a form of impact. As we said earlier, impact, whilst is important for us to do our best, most times impact is not on us calculating it, is on the person that is receiving it. So Jesus said, if you didn't give me drink, you gave me a drink when I was thirsty. And for him, that was impact. Oh, welcome, Prof. Emeritus. You're welcome, sir. Yeah, it seems it's a bit quiet here. We started a bit late. Apologies for that. I was waiting for the guests, and I think for some unforeseen circumstances, it couldn't make it. But you're all welcome. We're talking about impact, creating impact. So we've started by saying impact isn't, most times it's not the way we think about it. Impact has to be a reflection of what we have done. It's not what we have done that really is the impact. The reflection of what we have done is giving us the impact. We use the book of Matthew 10, where a lot of people said they've done this, they've done X, Y, Z, which were very important. They were very useful. But Jesus was now referring to someone who even gave him water to drink. And that's how the kingdom thinks about impact. It's a bit different. When we are talking about impact, we're thinking about big stages, big ceremonies, big promotion, big titles. But the kingdom is focused on the character, it's focused on the reflection of your impact. How is it perceived? How are people receiving it? This young person, he gave a cup of water in his name, which means impact isn't measured by the size of the the scale. It's about not the size, it's not the scale. It's about the faithfulness. That are you doing something that would truly help someone, or are we doing things which will also benefit us or make us look good? I always tell some people, I may be wrong, but I'm sharing it. There is a need for us to support family, support friends, and do the best we can. But most times, the impact of that, whilst it's important because we get likes, we get people thanking us, we get applause, we get people praising us. But at times, the impact of that is not as powerful as following your heart, identifying someone who is really in need and making a difference in that person's life. I don't want people to misunderstand me. I'm not saying don't support what you need to do. We all have responsibilities. But when we're talking about impact, impact means being able to look beyond, at times, our immediate circle to see what can I do. And your impact could be in your immediate circle as well, to say, okay, what can I do? But when you're doing that impact, ideally, it should be people who may thank you or may not thank you. I want to give another illustration to buttress this. When you give in to people who know you, who are even expecting you to give, it's most times it may make impact, but there's already an expectation. But when your heart is telling you about something else and you do it, you begin to see the impact that created. In the book of John 6, there was a story of a boy who had 5 loaves of, bread and 2 fish. When he was asked on his own, maybe the boy it wasn't sufficient for him to eat. It was so tiny on his own. But when Jesus asked for it and he gave it to Jesus, he fed thousands. That was a great miracle, which stresses the fact that we don't need to have millions and millions before we begin to make an impact. I know someone who is part of this community that I wouldn't say his name, but I know him, but he has made impact in his community. He has done some donations to the community. When I checked it online, I was really impressed. That is what impact is about. Impact is not just doing things within the people you know, the people you like, the people who support you. Impact is doing things for people to benefit, people who need it the most. That boy in that story, he could have said, my 5 loaves and 2 fish is nothing, let me keep it. If he had kept it, that big miracle wouldn't have happened. Or he could have said, well, what difference can that my small thing do? We are talking thousands of people here. This is my own little lunch. It may not be enough for me. And he could have kept it when they were asking who has anything. But he volunteered. I think there might be some people who would have some bread which they will keep that this bread that is not enough for me. Look at thousands of people. You now want me to give it to Jesus. Jesus will eat it. What will I eat? there's a need for us to begin to think about making impact even when we have little means, making impact even when things are not 100%, making impact when we don't have millions and millions. Impact at times is not money. At times, impact can be encouragement. It can be you listening to people, a listening ear. It can be your generosity with your time, generosity with your effort, caring about people, asking how people are, finding out, is there any way you can help them? There's a story in the Bible about a lady, Dorcas, who was always helping sewing clothes for those who were needy. That was an impact. And they said when she died, the whole city cried. And they had to say, no, no, this woman has made a great impact. We want to encourage us. We shouldn't wait for our impact to be like big, 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 or have millions and millions. Begin to look at what can you do today? Which group will benefit the most from the things you are doing? And I'll just list three simple ways to make more impact in the community, in the society where you are. At times, but first, we need to know that impact is not a far country. We need to start where we are. Look at your environment, look at your surrounding. You need to start small and start local. Don't I've made this mistake in the past where I I had a passion to do some community work, some charity work. It was a big passion within me. And what did I do? I didn't start small. I didn't start local. I overextended myself and it started affecting a lot of other things. I want to tell us that don't don't waste too much time. Start small, start local. The reason you need to start local is at times when you're doing something far, unless you understand the structure, the mechanism to be sure that what you are doing would have the impact you are thinking of. There's been some people who donated money for a particular charitable cause, and they discovered that the money was diverted for something else. The impact they were hoping to make was not achieved. Therefore, there's a need for us to start small and local. Don't look at going a million miles. Look around you. My neighbor, my family, my friends, what can I do for them? Then look at the next level. Because with family and friends, we said earlier, there will be expectation, and the impact might not be more because if they know that you have money, they would collect the money from you. I know someone who called me, I need money, I need money, I need money to do this, to do XYZ. I'm in a lot of trouble. Please help me. And I sent some money thinking I'm making impact. A few days later, the husband of the person now called me and was thanking me that, thank you for sending the money. That immediately, the person collected the money, they used it to go and buy shawarma. Oh dear. Impact needs to be something that you give attention. It shouldn't be something you do based on emotions. Emotions would make you make the wrong decisions, would make you do things which wouldn't give you the right impact. So look at your family. I know some people they'll pray, they'll do a lot of things, but for their family members, they don't do anything. They don't do anything. And I know people are busy, people have this, but at least it's good to chip in, even if it's 1 second, once in a while. Then co-workers, we go to the office, we go to work. Many times we just face our work and go home. We don't think about making impact. There's a need to reach out to your other co-workers. You might see some looking sad, you might see some struggling with something. You offer a helping hand, a shoulder to lean on. you check on them. I hope you're feeling fine. Those are impacts. We may, at times, those small things have the biggest impact. You may not be able to give people a lot of money, but when they are down, when they are crushed, your understanding and your entry would make a great impact on them. Our neighbors as well. This is one I'm going to work on myself. Many times we live beside people, we don't know who they are. And I'm not saying now begin to have friends with your neighbor or enter their house, but it's just good once in a while. Hello, how are you? If there's anything you can do to help, just reach out. Those are the things that will make impacts. When they need your help, be willing and available to help them. It's not competition. And in church as well, there's still some people who we can make impact with. We can make impact in a group. We can make impact by doing things, by smiling, by being the difference in church. I hope we can see that there are so many ways we can begin to make impact, and it doesn't have to be something that you have to go and study a PhD for. You don't need to begin to crack your head or complicated formula. Just reach out to a few people, smile to a few people, be genuinely interested in the situation. Look at your community. Is there any way you can help? Help and impact isn't limited to church. You can make an impact in your community. The Bible talks to us about most of the heroes of faith being people who were widely respected in their community. That's because they didn't limit what they were doing to church. Hope this is making sense. Feels a bit I'm feeling a bit lonely. Just want to get a few thoughts on what we've said so far. And I want to also ask the very important question, because a lot of us know some of this, but the challenge is in execution. And it would be good to get a few views on that. That what are the challenges we have when trying to make impacts? I know at times when you're trying to make impact, you might be misunderstood. And the very people you're trying to help may gang up against you. They may um, suspect you. They may decide not to receive your help. So I want to get a few views from people that many of us know, okay, we want to make impact. Some people have even tried to make impact in the past and things have not worked the way they want. Just want to get a few views on what do we think needs to be done. So we've talked about helping, reaching out to the community, looking out to who is carrying a burden. Um, this is really important. Most times we only follow what people tell us. In order to make impact, there's a need for us to see what they are telling us. There's a need for us to understand what impact we need to make. Because someone's telling you A doesn't mean it is A, it could be B, C, D, or E. We need to see what that impact is. Like the person Jesus referred to, he said, when he was thirsty, he gave him water. He could see that someone was thirsty and gave him that water. Impact isn't just being reckless. Impact is making the right move at the right time, seeing how you can make a situation better, seeing how you can improve what is going on. That is what impact is. It begins by noticing what's going on, how can I be of help in this area, and deciding impact. When impact is something that you're being forced to do, is no longer impact, it's now a responsibility. I don't know if that makes sense. I want us to begin by noticing, is there someone that is looking troubled, someone that needs help? Send that text, pray with them. Even you may not need to pray with them. You can pray for them. You notice some people are hungry, bring a meal. You notice that brother in the choir, the shoe, is like Bobby Brown, it's totally gone. Just buy him a new shoe. Simple acts are never wasted. At times, there was a man I learned from. He said, whenever he's trying to make impact, most times he doesn't even want them to know that he's the one. He would just either send somebody or give somebody or look for a way of making it so that the person now receives it and the person is like, said, because if someone's thanking me for the favor I've done, it almost feels like I've gotten the reward. To make impact, we need to be able to understand, see the need ourselves. It's not what someone's telling you. People may not give you the truth about what's going on. They may not even understand the truth themselves. Your responsibility to create impact is to see that the person is thirsty, then give the person water. So, okay, we have Sister Dara. Good evening. You're welcome. Happy Sunday to you as well. So we'll be wrapping up. I hope it's a bit quiet today. Maybe it's the topic that we're treating, but this topic is very important for us. It's something that keeps us awake at night. Many times we're always thinking, am I doing enough? Am I achieving, fulfilling purpose? And that purpose we are thinking most time is linked to the impact we are making. We think we're not waiting. So I want us to stop waiting for someday to say, okay, one day I'll start making impact. One day there will be opportunities that come my way. I want us to begin to use the gifts we have, the resources we have, the opportunities we have, the things we can see, and begin to explore. Is there any way this can help someone? Is there someone I can give a drink? Is there a group of people who need help? If anyone needs a list of people who need help, just contact us. We have a few charities we support. There's a charity that they pick mad people off the road and they then take care of them all free of charge. They've taken a lot of mad people off the road, treated them, given them medical attention. Some even had to give birth there because some were women that I think some people, due to fetish reason, would go and, sleep with for, fetish reasons. That charity, we supported them, and is a charity. I think it's noble. They don't charge anybody. They pick people off the streets and help people. There's another charity I know where we've supported. It's a charity for, I think, lepers colony. So the people who are lepers are cut off from society, and usually they don't have any helper. That is another charity. So there are a lot of charities that we trust. We know that they are doing what they need to do. If anyone wants to reach out, just let us know. We can link. We are not collecting money ourselves. We'll just give you the links and link you with proper people who will ensure that and you can follow through yourself. We need to begin to make impact, because without impact, we would be in a position, we will be in a bad position. Okay, as Sister said, the network is bad. No problem. We understand. Impact is something we need to make. Without making impact, we will never feel totally fulfilled. We would always feel we are missing something. Something is lacking. And making impact will make us feel better. Not just us, it will make God feel better. So those people say, we've done this in your name. We've healed the sick. We've said, no, I don't know you. When I was hungry, you didn't feed me. That is the purpose of impact. That is the responsibility of impact. Jesus said he came for the brokenhearted. He came to heal the sick. That is the impact that we're talking about. We our impact shouldn't be limited to us going to church. Our impact shouldn't be limited to us wearing a suit, a very, very expensive shoe, going and giving thanks in church. Our impact needs to cut across everyone. Our impact needs to be people on the road. Our impact needs to be people everywhere. And like we said, it doesn't have to be money. It could be encouragement. It could be your time. It could be your talent. It could be your gift. It could be your teaching, your organizing. It could be your leadership. That is what you are giving. Offer it faithfully. Many times there might be opportunities for you to get rewarded for it. I'm not saying that's wrong, but offer it in a way that you wouldn't feel the need to be rewarded for it, and you can look to God to reward you. Offer it and God will begin to multiply it. You'll be surprised how far God will take you when you begin to do things for the kingdom. That being said, don't now commit to a lot of things you cannot sustain. We have responsibilities to earn money. We have responsibilities to a family to pay our bills. Don't say because you want to make impact, you now sort of truncate every other thing and focus only on that area. So there's a contribution here. So thank you, my sister. She said, people around us must feel our impact. I agree with that. If people around you are not feeling your impact, there's a bit of a challenge and it needs addressing. I know at times people around us could be a bit tricky when there's an expectation, when people expect that you have to do everything for them, but they still need to feel our impact. And the people around us, like we defined earlier, may not be the people that we know. There's at times it could be we could be led to. I know a sister who, God bless her, she's always so led when she sees the unfortunate people need help. She has that burden for them. I know some people who their impact is made by offering free training at schools. I know some people, their impact is giving their services at discounted prices, not free. Impact doesn't have to be free. It doesn't have to be you offering things free all the time, but it could be discounted prices. It could be you just picking up the phone, reaching, making the world a better place. Those are the impact. I want us to anchor our impact in love and not recognition. Many times you will do things you wouldn't be recognized for. You may not even be praised for it. People may not even appreciate the sacrifice that you've made. The love is so important. The Paul said something about love, Apostle Paul, that without love, our actions are empty. We need to ensure that we introduce love into what we do. Impact is less about being seen, is less about the quantity we are given. It's more about being faithful, doing something that would make a change, doing something that would make somebody's life better, that would make someone look up to the skies and just say, there's a God somewhere. That is what impact is. Impact can be on different levels. But we need to be consistent. We are shaping, people's lives. We're shaping some things people have done, some impact people have made in my life that many of it is not money. It could be a device. It could be someone just reaching out. It could be someone supporting. It could be someone doing something. Impact is what you can give to the world. Stop looking at it from what you are doing. Begin to look at it from how would it impact these people? How would it change their lives? The few contributions, okay. We have, okay, yeah. Sister Dara said, many people help others with the intention of getting back. Don't help because you want something in return. Only God rewards. This underlines a very important point. When we give, naturally as human beings, we expect some appreciation. We expect people to at least even say thank you. We expect people in the future to remember us for good because of what we've done. It doesn't really work out that way most times, as we find. When it doesn't work out, people then get upset and get angry. I know I've been upset and angry myself many times until, like you said, one now needs to understand fully that it's really not about the person, it's about the impact you have made at that period. Whether the person appreciates it or not, you have made an impact and you can move on to other things. You can move on to greater things. But that person, whether he gives thanks or not, is between him, her, and God. Yours is to just do without expecting, like you said, because, and to be honest, most times, if you don't expect, you are even in a better place because most times you don't get it back. Sorry if I'm a bit blunt tonight. Most times the help you offer, most times you don't get it back, and it's understandable. Everyone's always thinking about themselves, thinking about how to get ahead, and thinking about or facing the next challenge, which makes them forget everything that's happened before. Thanks, Prof. Emeritus. Social impact to me is the ultimate. May God enable us to make social impact. Amen. Social impact is very important. How I wish more people would focus on this, even during messages. We can build big buildings, we can build great cathedrals, great synagogues, but without building men. The the Great Commission, I was sharing with a few people yesterday, and I reminded everyone that our purpose is not even just limited to church. Our purpose is to reach out to the world and to do great things for God, to make people see that Christ still exists, the life of Christ still exists, to make people understand that there are still some people out there who will do good. When people see that, it makes them reflect and think there's actually a God, there's actually good in this world, which prepares their heart to receive, you know, either direction from God or the gospel when it comes to them. So I want to begin to close that. If you want our life to matter, it's not about striving for importance. It's not about, giving everything you have for people. It's about living, a surrendered life, making conscious efforts. It could start by you saying, okay, look, 2% of my salary would go to those things. It could be your time, like we said. It could be what projects are out there that I can support. What projects can I be involved in? If you are not making impacts where you are, and this even flows in different directions. If you're not making impact in your church, there is a challenge because you are there to make impact. You are in this world to make impact. If you're not making impact in your home, you are there to make impact. If you're not making impact in your job, in your workplace, you are there to make impact. If you're not making impact in your society, you are there to make impact. We need to stop thinking about impact being a train or a ticket or a bus we need to take somewhere. We need to start today. Think about it. Thank you, Ma. So, Pastor Kopoli said we should make impact without expecting earthly rewards. Thank you, Ma. We should go out of our comfort to make impact. I totally agree. I was thinking about something earlier today that when Jesus was alive, he was going to the house of tax collectors to make impacts, having meals with them. He was ensuring that he was going around preaching, teaching, feeding, doing lots of things to make impact. Many times, the focus or the modern focus now is for us to, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, our modern focus most times is to use all our energy in the household of faith. And many people will preach and talk about the Bible verse that talks about do good unto others, most especially those in the household of faith. And that is usually the focus, that don't think about other people outside, just do it within the church. I think that's a bit dangerous. Like our mommy said, there's a need for us to go outside our comfort zone to make impact. If there's an impact you can make within your community, make it. If there's an impact you can make within your church, make it. But like we said, make sure you can see the need. Make sure you can see the need, because that's how you gauge the impact you will make by doing it. And don't just do everything at the same time. That I want to make 10 impacts. You have to be, pragmatic about it. Look at what works for you, what is best for you, what's practical for us. Yeah. If there are any questions, please let me know, because I'm rounding up. I want to close with a challenge to us all. I know a lot of people in this chat have been making impact. They don't need to tell me. I've seen some of what they do, even some of the things they've not done, or some of the things they've done that I haven't seen. I know their hearts. I know that there are people who want to help people. And like I said, I know someone here. I won't mention him so that it's not like publicizing him. He's made great impact, and the impact was so much that he was even honored in the community. Not because he didn't make the impact because he was seeking the honor, but when we make impact, at times honor attends to the impact we are making. Impact shows that our life has a divine assignment. If you make impact in a situation, what do those people say? They'll say, thank God for you. It's God that sent you. Thank you. I felt so happy. Thank you. You provided for me. Thank you. That word has activated me. Thank you. That word has made a difference. Impact shows or proves that your life has a divine assignment. That divine assignment has been put there by God, because God does good. Jesus did good to everyone. Impact is already built into your DNA as a Christian. And our job, our responsibility is to simply unleash it, analyze it, look at what we need to do, and follow through day by day faithfully, as long as we can do within, practical things. And I want to also give us a challenge this week. I know we've been doing things in the past. I know that we have helped people out. I know that, you'd say, yeah, I've done it for the year. I've met my target for the year. But I want to give us a challenge. Should we call it the impact challenge for this week? Are we listening? Are we listening? Okay. So each day, I want us to intentionally do one small act of love for people. And we will start with someone in your circle. Do one small act of love for someone each day. Let's be intentional. And the something is that you don't announce it, don't wait for thanks, just serve. Are we able to do it? I want to treat it as a challenge, because me too, I'll try and do it myself. That each day this week, it's a impact challenge. Look at your circle and do something, an act of love for one person each day. Each day. Before you go to bed, do something. And don't announce it to people. Don't wait for the person to thank you. Just do it and you move on. Like we said, it doesn't have to be money. It could be calling, it could be a prayer, it could be reaching out, it could be giving the person water to drink. Just serve. And at the end of this week, I want us to reflect on how those, interventions, those small steps shifted not just the mood of the person, but also our own. I hope this is making sense. I want us to reflect at the end of the week, after doing that, how doing those things shifted not just the person, but our own. Our life matters. Your life matters. God has created a DNA for you to make impact. Your divine assignment requires that you make an impact. People are waiting for you to make an impact. You know that you want to make an impact. Let us stop waiting for the right opportunity. Stop waiting for 1 million followers. Stop waiting for $1 million. Your life matters more than you know. Not because of what you have achieved, not because of the platform you have, not because of the knowledge you have, not because of the understanding you have, not because of the sagacity that you have, but because God has designed you to shine. And what is shining? To shine a light means to glow, to spread joy, warmth, to spread love to people where you are. He said that we are the light of the world. The light of the world. I want us to start small. Look at what's in your hands. And God will bless us in Jesus' name. Um, you- I have our special guest join us. I know we're finishing, but I think we still need to hear from him. Um,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, so we're finished. I've rounded up, but I just said let's just give you 2-3 minutes to close down on this topic.
Man, I'm so, I was actually waiting to hear from you. I wasn't
Okay.
checking my phone because I was on a call. And it was when I now got back into the car, I just found out, let me even check when is this program starting. And I saw that we are, that was way behind. So I just joined immediately because I was just still wearing my glasses. Apologies. I am so sorry.
Okay.
Uh, oh my goodness. Where do I
No
start from
problem.
now?
No problem. So I
So
was
you're wrapping
just
up
wrapping
today,
up.
right?
Yeah, so it would be good to get your thoughts on the matter. Maybe another 2-3 minutes, then we'll begin to close.
Maybe you just bring me up to speed again
Yeah.
on the
So
fullness. Yeah.
simple steps to make impact where you are.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Once again, good evening or good morning wherever you are around the world. My sincere apologies that I'm definitely going to come back. I hope Bolade will allow me to
Yeah.
come back
Yeah.
one of these days. But yes, um, I'll just chip in a few things, maybe for 1 minute or two. One of the guiding principles of life that I always share with people on this topic has to do with the fact that a lot of people want to be successful, but they do not strive for the expertise that is needed to be successful. So I always tell people to try and strive so hard for expertise because in the world where we live in now, nobody has time for any form of mediocrity. So it
Mm,
is extremely important that everywhere we are, we stand out as exceptional.
mm,
Now, this does not necessarily mean workplace alone, even in your family, in your community, in your environment. something should make you stand out, and it has to be a good thing. So this is number one. I've seen people with mere integrity alone, because people can vouch for them. That's opened doors, unexpected doors for them. I've seen people with more diligence than every other person. Like I could cite a quick example of one of my former bosses. He said, "Look, if you hire me in any place, and this is what has made me to be very successful. I may not be the smartest person in the room, but I will work 10 times harder than every other person."
Wow.
That after when he moved to the US and he got a job, by the time he was trying to leave the job, they had no choice but to give him a majority stake in the company.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
That's powerful.
So these are just real world testimonies, but we would have time to share this more in the future. So yeah, with God, with your diligence and focus, and you try as much as possible to be so good that you are difficult to be ignored, there is no way that the doors won't open. So that's just one of the many secrets of very successful people. I do hope that I will have the opportunity to come back here and share a few more. But again, I will beg for your forgiveness. And I do hope that whatever has been shared before I came is more than enough to justify the time that you've shared with us today. I apologize once again.
No problem. I understand. I understand. But you've actually given a lot of food for thought as well. And we'll definitely have you back to do justice to this. Because I like the direction you're also going, which is how to make impact is not just limited to giving, being charitable. It's about when people encounter you or have an experience with you, it's about how you are distinguished, how people can see that excellent spirit in you. I believe we need to talk about that. So I hope you don't mind. I'll look into your diary and put something in the future so that we can do proper justice to this. It's time for.
I hope this group a significant portion of my time, and I'm happy to go all in to share from the little that I know so far in the world, and hopefully to bless one or two souls here.
Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we'll book something. Hopefully, look at your diary, and maybe before the end of, maybe within the next 2-3 weeks, so that we get it on. So thank you, everybody listening, everyone watching. I'm so sorry we started late as well, but hope we've picked up something. And don't forget the challenge we have, that do something small, don't announce it. Make sure it's consistent, make sure it's out of love, and reflect on how it has changed you and changed the other person as well. So have a great day, everyone. And thanks so much, Tess, for joining. So God bless you, everyone. Have a great week and make impact where you are, everywhere you go. Yeah. Thank you all. Bye.
And you will never ever change. You are the Lord. You remain the same. It's a simple chorus. You will never ever change. You are the Lord. You remain the same. Help me sing. You will never, 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 never. You are the Lord. Let your name be glorified. Oh, you will never, 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 never. Yesterday, today, forever.
rises. The carpenters move